In the dead of night, Mexico's greatest comedian would stand at his window, staring into the darkness of his private pool. But he wasn't alone. Something was watching him back. Something that sang. Something that shouldn't exist. What Mario Moreno Regino, Cantinflas, saw in those waters would haunt him until his final days. And decades later, others claim to see them too. Hello, seekers of the unknown. Welcome back to the Hidden Archive, where we unearth the stories that history tried to bury. Today, we're diving deep into one of Mexico's most bizarre and unsettling legends, a story that connects Hollywood's golden age, ancient superstitions, and creatures that science says cannot exist. This is the story of Cantinflas and the Sirens. Mario Fortino Alfonso Moreno Reyes. You probably know him better as Cantinflas, the beloved Mexican comedian who made the world laugh with his distinctive style of verbal comedy. Charlie Chaplin once called him the greatest comedian alive. He starred in over 50 films, won a Golden Globe, and became one of the most recognizable faces in Latin American cinema. But behind the laughter, behind the fame and the fortune, Cantinflas harbored secrets. Dark secrets. Secrets that whispered from the depths of his private estate in Mexico City. In the 1960s, at the height of his career, Cantinflas purchased a sprawling property in the Pedregal de San Angel neighborhood, a luxurious area built on ancient volcanic rock. The estate was magnificent, with multiple buildings, lush gardens, and at its center, a large, ornate swimming pool. But it was this pool that would become the focal point of something inexplicable. Staff members began to notice strange behavior from the comedian. He would spend hours alone by the pool, particularly at night, staring into the water. Sometimes he would speak to it, as if carrying on a conversation with someone or something beneath the surface. His housekeepers whispered amongst themselves. His gardeners exchanged nervous glances, but no one dared ask him directly. After all, he was Cantinflas. Perhaps it was just eccentricity. Perhaps it was the stress of fame. But then, the sightings began. Maria Gonzalez, one of Cantinflas' longest-serving housekeepers, claimed that one evening in 1967, while closing the curtains in the main house, she saw something that made her blood run cold. In the pool, illuminated by the underwater lights, she saw a figure, a woman with long, flowing hair that seemed to move independently of the water. But as her eyes adjusted to the darkness, she realized this was no woman. Below the waist, where legs should be, there was a tail, scaled, iridescent, and unmistakably fish-like. Maria dropped the curtain and ran. When she returned with other staff members, the pool was empty, just water, still and silent. When she finally gathered the courage to mention it to Cantinflas, he simply smiled, a smile that never reached his eyes, and said, "You've seen her too, then." To understand Cantinflas' connection to these entities, we must understand the man's relationship with the supernatural. Mario Moreno wasn't just a comedian and actor. He was deeply superstitious, raised in a Mexico where pre-Hispanic beliefs and Catholic traditions merged into something powerful. Long before the Spanish conquest, indigenous peoples told stories of water spirits, creatures that dwelled in cenotes, lakes, and rivers. The Aztecs spoke of Chalchutlicue, goddess of water. The Maya whispered of Extabay, a seductive spirit tied to water and shadow. When Catholicism arrived, these beliefs didn't disappear, they adapted. And in the minds of many Mexicans, including Cantinflas, the old gods never truly died. Cantinflas' obsession with sirens began long before anything appeared in his pool. Friends recalled that he collected books on mermaids, sea monsters, and aquatic legends from around the world. He was fascinated by the original sirens, dangerous beings whose songs lured sailors to their deaths. He once joked to a reporter, "The sirens never stopped singing, we just stopped listening." But the obsession went further. He commissioned paintings of mermaids and hung them throughout his estate. He purchased antique maritime instruments, claiming they helped him hear better. And every night, without fail, he walked to the pool and waited. When his assistant once asked what he was waiting for, Cantinflas replied, "For them to surface. They only show themselves when they trust you." Trust required offerings. Staff members reported finding silver coins, flowers, jewelry, and bottles of perfume at the bottom of the pool. Cantinflas insisted they appreciated beautiful things. By the early 1970s, his behavior became increasingly erratic. He canceled film commitments, he spoke to empty rooms, he insisted parts of the pool never be cleaned. Neighbors reported hearing singing late at night, female voices harmonizing in a language no one recognized. Was this mental deterioration, or was something answering him? In 1973, a photographer was hired to document the estate. When the film was developed, one image stood out. In the deep end of the pool, partially obscured by light and shadow, was a humanoid shape with what appeared to be a tail. When Cantinflas saw the photograph, his reaction was intense. He took the negatives, paid triple, and made the photographer sign a confidentiality agreement. The image has never been seen again. Months before his death, Cantinflas granted an interview to a paranormal researcher. He claimed he had been in contact with the sirens for over 30 years. He said they were ancient, older than humanity itself. "They showed me things," he said, "things I was never meant to see." When asked for proof, he laughed. Proof is for people who need convincing. 6 months later, he was dead. After his death, the estate was abandoned. The pool became stagnant, but the sightings continued. Urban explorers reported hearing singing. Video footage shows water moving as if something submerged beneath the surface. Neighbors reported glowing lights beneath the pool at night. Security footage captured a figure rising from the water, humanoid above, unhuman below. A renovation crew later abandoned the project after workers reported seeing a woman standing by the pool. One foreman dove in, believing someone had drowned. When he turned her over, he saw eyes too large, too dark, eyes that did not belong to any human. She smiled and pulled him under. The estate remains abandoned to this day, and those who live nearby say that if you listen carefully before dawn, you can still hear them. The sirens are still singing, still waiting, still watching. So what was Cantinflas seeing? Hallucinations? Obsession? Or something ancient responding to belief? We may never know, but legends like this persist for a reason. Perhaps the sirens never left. Perhaps they're still singing, not to lure us to our doom, but to remind us that the world is far stranger than we dare to imagine. This has been The Hidden Archive. Until next time, keep questioning, keep searching, and remember, some archives are hidden for a reason, but we're going to find them anyway.